Hi everybody, welcome to the penultimate episode in this current run of Foundation 1.7 preview build. So it's probably going to be a shorter episode this week. More villagers, let's have a look. So they're back from military mission, yep. Let's have a quick look at the army, see what they've been doing. Okay. Right, jobs. First of all, let's have a look at what we've got. We've got 100%. Right, these people there. Let's get you power assigned first, and then we'll get them working. Alright, okay. I still wouldn't finish with that. Army. They are soldiers. We've got 4 spare. What merchants have we got? Nope, can't have that one. Let me think about it. What about you? What are you? You are easy. Can send people to easy missions. Okay, prepare troops. Yeah, they can all go. Cool. So some ease, that'll be no problem for them. Just speed you up. Yeah, so it's probably going to be a shorter one today because just finishing things off. Just keep an eye, make sure everything's running smoothly. Housing inefficient. There's plenty there. Yeah, that's kind of. It's still an issue. I still find that it's a lot harder to work out where you need your housing. It's not as intuitive as it should be. Well, not as easy as it should be. Probably don't need anything there, but I'll put something there anyway. Could fit something there. Just trying to fill the gaps in. I'm trying to anticipate where they need the houses, basically, is what I'm trying to do. Okay. I've never used that before. At all. If you've used that, the don't walk anywhere, I'd look at that. I'd be interested in how you've used it and why. I'd be very interested in how you've used it. Yeah, so probably yeah, certainly it's probably going to it's probably going to penultimate episode this week. Penultimate episode. We'll do a short conclusion on the last episode. We'll see how we go with this one. We'll see. But it's definitely we're not going on any further than this week on this one. Right, let's get another mission going. You're extremely difficult. We'll send you. So I need to go to you. I need to come off you. Missions. Prepare me troops. Who is available? So go fully trained. Let's send everybody that is fit. Yes, I've been looking at mods. So I've got some lined up. So actually, tell you what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm going to make this week. I'm going to make this one there because again, I was going to do a summing up on Friday's episode, but actually, I'm going to make today's my last one. I think because on Friday we're just going to be going through the motions. I'm going through the motions now as it is. Yes, I'm going to make insufficient housing. Where have we got insufficient housing? Yeah, there's not enough help options here to help you to know what you're looking for. So what I'm going to do is buy that. Then you're up for housing. It's still not enough to kind of help you in terms of finding out where your issues are. It's still not easy enough to find. I'm saying that it's still not easy to find where your issues are really. Let me just see if I'm not missing anything. People. So I'm able to find workplace. You're a miner. Keep them with you. Same amount about workplace, but that's about it really. Okay. Yeah, it's still not. It could be better. It could be better to find where your issues are. It could be a lot better. Economy wise, we're killing it. There's just absolutely no doubt about that. We're absolutely killing the economy with no uncertain terms. Stone deposit, let's stick a mine on there just to spend a bit of money, I suppose. One there. We've got another one there. We'll put you on the ground. Build. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I was gonna go on, but I think it's just not pointless. I think we're just gonna be. I'm going through the motions now. We got. What else can we build there? Can we build another winery? I'm building that like it's. We could make it bigger. We could do, but we really ain't got the space really. Let's just build that. Let's just build another. We don't need a more village to be conceded, do we really? So we've got a choice. So what else can we build? A vineyard, a herb garden. Let's build another herb garden. This thing wires me up a little bit. Just how far you have to, how close you got to be to that to build with it. Kind of find a little bit frustrating. Bailiff's back. 2 new villages, which I'm not going to know what I'm going to do with. But anyway, select a mandate. We've got blueprint. Let's start that blueprint. Okay. So yeah, what are my conclusions? Yeah, definitely yeah. Well, this yes, I've already said today's going to be the last one on this one. That'll give me Friday. I'll see how I feel the rest of the week, but I might actually have a day off and release it on it, because at the moment with work and with doing this, sometimes it gets a bit overwhelmed. So actually, I might anyway. I'll have a think about it, but there's probably only going to be one foundation this week. Give myself a bit of a chance on Friday. I'm going to record the slot I've got reserved in the evening to record the Friday episode. I might use that to start working up on next week's modded episodes, to just have a look, test everything out, so at least I'm ready for that. Hope you don't mind. Like I said, I'm going through the motions really at the moment, and I don't think I'm going to gain anything by doing an extra day. But anyway, I'm going on back too long. I was going to do that. What was I can't, you know when you do something, I can't blink and remember what I was going to do now. Yeah, biggest issue for me, not paint, it's desirability. There's still not enough of desirability. That tells me it's desirable, but that doesn't tell me where I've got gaps. That doesn't tell me where I've got people without housing. That tells me where people don't want to live. Well, you know, it's like nobody wants to live down there because it's industry central, which is fine. Fertility fine, but there's nothing to tell me zoned areas. I mean, that's all what I could do there. If I could go into zones there, we could unforest that. Well, the best one in the world, we ain't going to forest down here with the best one in the world. Unforest this lot, and then on this lot there. You know, it kind of doesn't really kind of. And if I then go to residential, I make sort of residential here. It doesn't really kind of help you find where your problem areas are. You can do it by a long way by go looking at your citizens, find out where they're unhappy, tracking them down. It's a little bit, it's just a bit of a grind really. Having to when you've got to go, literally got to go and find the citizen. Then when you point to where they're happy about, it's not very obvious. It's not very obvious to see. Yes, again for me, it's still not intuitive, easy enough. I mean, I don't want to present it on a plate, but it's still not easy enough to find where your problem areas are quickly. It's not lost long, but that let's still be reforestation there, so I'm not going to get to that point. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I've got better, but I found this a lot easier. I found this one a lot easier than the previous ones. Maybe it's because I'm getting better. Maybe because I'm getting better at it. I don't know. But it's certainly, I've certainly not struggled with this at all in the slightest. Like negative. We're not bad about it. We're making more than I know what to do with. That comes to the next thing. Treasury. This for me is bonkers. This for me as a situation is utterly, completely bonkers. To get my treasury up, I've got to have like a sprawling estate of manor houses. I don't know if there's a better way of doing it. There's a mod I'm looking at for next week to look at this, but again, it's crazy how many different builds I've got to be. For example, I like thematically, I could explain all these buildings. If I was going to walk back, I could explain. Well, this building is like, I don't know, your court building. That's like that's a bailiff's house. But again, you keep having to keep your treasury. You keep having to add buildings to it. And when we're making money, the way we're making money, it's a bit harder to try and keep sprawl. Again, we've got trying to keep these sprawling estates from becoming really sprawling. I don't know what I don't know what answer to it is. What do they want? 20 fish. It's difficult to know what to do, because otherwise it just becomes a sprawling estate of just massive. It just becomes a massive sprawling estate of admin buildings just for treasuries. And the way our military are going, we're kind of like not invincible, but we're doing pretty blinking well. So that kind of like, that needs to be looked at. The church thing, I still find that an issue. I mean, one of the comments is you could work out. Again, I want a radius of how many people. What's the radius of people moving in? So how close do people need to be before to go to this church? So I know if the radius is down to here, these two churches will overlap, so I can spread them a little bit. I want to be able to click this. I want to be able to, everybody within this circle will be affected, will go to this church. In the same way you can when you place one of these buildings, you can see the area of effect you've got for that particular building. And I want to be able to see that for that building. I want to be able to see how far away people will go to a church. Have they done that? No, I shouldn't have. Yeah, so that could be more useful. I think that what I've done differently. I've not, like, if we look at Pop Breakdown, I've not been obsessed with promoting people up to commoner citizens, which has helped because I've not been under pressure to produce luxuries, because I've just not bothered. I've promoted, again, maybe that's me, maybe because I'm gaming it a little bit. But if you look at the stage, I've done enough to hit these levels here. I've not needed to do more than that. And is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? But I've not put so much pressure on myself to actually get more people in. I mean, if I wanted, I could go on a massive, like, promote all my ever up to surf, but I've not been under pressure to do it. Therefore, I've not done it. Therefore, it's got a more rustic feel to it. You haven't got so many posh buildings, but I've not felt pressure. I've not felt the need to do it. I've done enough to get myself to levels to get. Oh, great. We were defeated. First defeat for all. Just said how I'm pretty much invisible. I've just been beaten. Let's look at battle history. Failure. Okay, that's like we're not sure, are we? Oh, okay. You see, that's filling up. So I've got that now. So I don't really look at this. I should pay more attention to it, but I don't, because I don't need to, you know. Trade. Look at the trade we're doing. Again, we're doing great because jewellery, because we get wine. Look how we get for trade from wine. Just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Yeah, so it's yes, there's parts of it I just don't look at nearly enough. There's parts of it I don't need to. You know, it's things I don't want to look at, but I should pay more attention. But I've not needed to, because again, that's misleading, because it looks misleading. But then I've never ever been in trouble, because I've got promotions available. So if I go and do this now, if I go and promote. If I go and do this, then we're going to get issues. If I go down to here, and if I go promote auto knights, that's going to give me hassle. And if I then go promote auto soldier, that's going to give me hassle. And if I then go, I'm not going to promote this because that's just going to be ridiculous. I do that. So I just go, again, I don't really think about this much. I just go, that'll do. And again, this argument going, I shouldn't do that because it's a bit silly, but it's never caused me problems previously. And so I'm not saying that I'm brilliant, but it's one of the things I was thinking about for the next one. How can I make it harder for myself how can I set artificial challenges in place to try and make it a bit harder for myself? Because I know when we start adding mods are going to make it even easier, because as soon as you start adding in all the different types of production and had more, particularly the medieval village, the medieval fair, on the last one we did when we added in, when we started selling veg and all that, it made it even easier because you had so much, you couldn't trade it, but then you didn't have to worry about building that many farms because you had milk, you had cheese, you had all these different things coming in from other sources. Why is this not working? Why are you being a pain? Is my mouse looking a bit off? Clearly it is, because clearly I'm not. Okay. Yes, I don't know what happened there, but my mouse was being a bit of a pain. We'll send everybody else. It's only easy. Again, what's going on here? Yes, it's my mouse being a pain. Right, okay, we go. Off you go there. Yeah, so it's kind of. Yeah. I mean, right, if we go, let's go through. I like this. I really like this interface. This seems to be the godsend. This is something I didn't discover soon enough. But then, again, we like a build. I'm not bothered about it because if they leave, they leave. It's not like we're not getting more in, you know. Buildings, we've got. And if I can assign one to there, we'll give a couple to the. We'll get rid of a couple to the monastery. So I'll do that now. So if I move where's my monastery gone? So see if I can lob off to some to them. Can we? Cool, we can do that. So I can then go to. So they're going to be assigned to that. So if I then go. Okay, now it looks like we are completely and everybody's happy as Larry. Yeah, so it's kind of. I've gone back there. So I like that. I'm not using this nearly as much as I should have done, but again, I've not needed to. Again, this I've not been bothered about it because I know I'm oversupplied in some areas, so I'm not going to worry about it. He's missing some research. Again, we've got a daft amount of tools. I don't need to worry about it. Trade. I wish we could trade more, but then saying that, since I got the monastery up and running, I've been fine. I've not had to worry about it. I've not been. It's helped keep me on an even keel, but again, I like the screen. I like the interface. I wish you could trade more goods. I wish you had more people. I know you can open a fourth trade route if you tick certain boxes, but I'd like more trade partners, more of a choice to trade to. Budget, never look at it. Honestly, I should do, but then I should do because it tells me my two main exports are jewellery and wine. You know, so, but again, don't really look at it. It's not really. I'm looking at that, but I know what that is. It's territory and upkeep. You know, but my trade will bring it all back in again. Estates, yep, fine with that. No complaints about that. And then army, I like the new skill. I think it's fantastic. Logs, never look at it. You know, but I should do. Again. These I've not been so concerned about these. I like them, but I've not really used them because again I don't need to, because I'm not bothered if I've got stone store. I've got my quarries are full of stone because I'm not particularly short of stone. Biggest again, it still hasn't been fixed. Again, I've not done much in the way of stained glass because I've not needed to. I've not needed to. Again. Hang on. There we go. Biggest thing for me, which has not been fixed for me, is it's the biggest issue I've got. Is still. I'll go on to happiness. First issue I've covered is happiness. That's the biggest issue. That's one issue for me. No access to comfort. Like, where's again? How is that useful at all? Who am I looking at? Who am I following? It's like, is it this person here? Is it that one? Is it that one? No access to comfort. Right, so where's she live then? She's there. Okay, so no access to comfort. So comfort is housing. So again, lacking the ability to upgrade a house, I would have thought. So if I go into residential areas, if I pull a residential area down here, she's not going to want down there because it's not nice enough, or she's not going to want that. You know, 'cause it's not going to be nice enough. We packed out there. So again, there's not a lot I can do about that, so I'm not particularly bothered about that really. I can put a well down there though. But it's little things like that. Okay, for me it's almost micromanaging a little bit, and I don't want to micromanage. Again, this is like this is a circle. This tells me what the circle for this is as well there. So if I put it over here somewhere, that tells you how wide the circle is. I want to see that for church. I want to see that area of effect for churches. The next big thing is along that happiness. See, somebody's building there. Look, I want a simple within here the States. I want to see a tab for resources. I want to see what resources you've got, or warehouses down here, resources across the top. So I can see warehouse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and what they're stocking in each. Or in highlight, for example, what they're stocking. So if they're not got assigned to them, then it'll be blank, or it'll be a dash. And if they are stocking it, or they've been allocated it, it will be a 0. You know, just something to be able to see at a glance where everything is. Because at the moment I've got warehouses spread everywhere. I can't even cycle through these warehouses. I've got to physically go and find them. I've got to go into here, and I've got to go into buildings, and I've got to cycle down and find out where they all are. And for me, that's a quality of life thing. It's a pain in the rear end. I've got to go in and I've now got to open every single one, to find out where they are on the map and work out what's in what. And it's just micromanaging I don't want the hassle of. It's a micromanaging I don't want to have to do. It's something I'm going to see what this one thing I've been trying to find in the mods. Can we afford 50 blanks? Oh god, we can. Of course we can. There can have it. Charge. It's a micromanager. It's some micromanaging I don't really want the hassle of, really. Particularly when you start to get big. It's the same with granaries as well, because, for example, I've got granaries over here. I want to make sure these 2 granaries are servicing here. I want to make sure these warehouses over here are servicing here. But when the warehouses, for example, that are down here are full, I want to make sure that I can get another one down there to feed it. You know, and it's one of those little things I want to see changed. I'd also like to see more of a variation to the builders I'd like to see more of a variation of the builders that are built for the peasant buildings, for the serfs houses. I'd like to see a bit more variety, because I do like how it's griddless. I love that, but I'd like to see a bit more of a variety in there. I'd also like to see more unrest around serfs who want to be promoted up to new serfs who want to get promoted up to commoners. I'd like to see more pressure on you to do that, because at the moment I don't have to. Therefore I'm not going to do it, because I'm not under pressure to do it. Okay, well, I'm going to mob bunk. I know the military is going to come through good. So basically they come through. So we've got, he's given a Romanesque church, so I can build a Romanesque church, which I will do exactly that. I like the blueprints. I've heard some of them are very useful, but I like them. Where should I build this Romanesque church? Well, that's a wheat farm. Make careful, I've planted it in the middle of a wheat farm. I've done that before. Stuck it in the middle of a wheat farm. Let's stick it up here. Oh yeah, well, I can go with fungus, can't I? Yes, I can. Yeah, this bad weather, that's another thing I've got to start, I don't like either. Where can I put this Romanesque church? Somewhere, let's put over this big bit of space out over here somewhere. I like the blueprints. I think the blueprints are great. I think they're fantastic. You know, and I think it's a good reward when you do military do well. So again, I can build a massive great Roman church here. So let's go grid like that. We can go. You can go in a second. Can I spin you around? Extension be across the back like that. Let's have another one like you, a big tower. Again, I should really look as to whether I can get any bonuses from sticking this somewhere nice, but well, you are frontage. I don't like that actually. Let's hold all that. Good, massive door there. What else have we got? Decorative windows. Stone graveyard. Would Romans have had stone graveyards? Is it controlled to do more stuff? Is it checking what I need to press to keep them on? Don't quiz on me now. Roman Chapel graveyard. Wooden cross. Yeah, and well, hang on. What's on this one then? What have I not achieved on this then? Build. You're not going to tell me. Missing mandatory parts. What's the mandatory? You're not going to tell me what my mandatory part? Oh, bell tower. Bell tower. Frontage doors. Where's the bell tower? Are you a bell tower? No, you're not. Where's a bell tower? Okay. Okay, so a bell tower there. I'm going to put you I'm going to put you there as a kind of an art building, I think. I'm going to then put you Tower A, Tower A, Tower B. I'm going to put Tower A kind of, I'm going to put that. I'm going to spin you around, see what I'm doing. I love that. I love this type of stuff as well. A couple of towers. I'm going to put another tower, kind of. Put it this to the same and gets it the same height, and I'll move it. What's a different tower this is? I'm going to put that over there like that. Build. You know, I like doing stuff like that. Yeah. I love that again. I've enjoyed it. I do like the additions, but there's still bits that for me haven't been fixed, haven't been looked at. Let's have a look. Again, we've got military mission, so Mark, we can visit. Off you go. It's easy. What are you? You are difficult. Yeah. Do the difficult one first. I'm going to need more people for that one. So let's go with condition. What have I got left? I need to do about 5 for the easy one. You up to that one. If you go, and then you do you lot, or send you lot on the same thing. So, and that leaves you on the wounded adult. Again, military's been. It's one thing. If you're new to this, I'd certainly look at expanding military, because I think it's not free money, but it's a certainly decent way to get yourself up and keep yourself financially stable, because they do bring in a decent amount of money. 97% again. But anyway, it's a bit shorter than one, because like I said, there's not much more I can do really. We could wait for it to finish. Have they everything to build it? I think it should have, but not exactly like. We'll let them finish it. Right. Yeah, so the 60 again is finding where you're full. It's not again. It's difficult to find out where you're full, because unless you I mean, I've been told you can sit down and you work out how many people could potentially be using it, but again, it's a faff. So I have to trying to find out how many people are potentially using it. So I suspect it's this one. So what I would do then, which I don't want to, because I'm spamming churches out again. I still think you have to have too many churches in this game. I still find that. I don't find it annoying, but I just find that the original pop was important back then, but not to the extent the amount of churches we have to build in this game. You'd have to build a daft amount of churches. The Dawn. Where are you gone? Where are you? Are you there? What else do you need in a bell tower? There we go. Bash. Off you go, you do that, Bosh, you do that. Yeah, people coming in. I'm not bothered about storage places being full. Yes, to summarise, I've just kind of rambled a bit. I wasn't planning to do this is the last one today. I was planning to do it Friday. But I'll do it now. The things I think they need to sort out, I'd like to see an extra button that goes happiness to pinpoint where people aren't happy in some way, shape or form. I'd like to see a radius effect. See, when we put the well down, you saw the effect. I'd like to see the effect. If you click on a church, I'd like to be able to see the radius of effect they've got, e.g. how far the reach has got for attracting the population for that. I'd like to find it easier to highlight, either hit pause and find that citizens are unhappy, where they work. So if you've got happiness based on work, it's difficult, but I'd like to see an easy way to find out where people aren't happy. Big one for me, as I've said, I want a better way in here to look at resources, because that's great, but it don't tell me where they are. It don't tell me. I want to see in here, yeah, keep them, is basically resources down here, or resources down here, either whereas is down here, resources across the top, with who's got what and who's allocated what, just so it makes it easy to work out where it's full. Because, for example, I look on Alice is great. If I look on here, it's great, but I'm not particularly bothered because we're not short of anything, and I need to keep building to keep my population happy. But then I'd also like some kind of maybe a progression system where, for example, I can keep going, make it bigger and bigger and bigger, but it's kind of, I've got no reason to. It's kind of I'd like to give the option to go, you've done great, Mayor, here's a bigger, better challenge for you to go to. Some kind of level up type process. Where's he gone? He's there. These things sometimes are ridiculous. You want 30 berries, Cledge can have it. And we have got plenty of berries, we are not short of berries. Yeah. Yeah, and I like these things. I think these things are great. Little gravestone, look. Romanesque Church is still building that. I like these little things. Other thing, I'd like trade modification. The way you can basically go, right, if you're building it, I want everything around it to be level. I want everything around it to be level. So that when you're building stuff, you don't end up things inside of hills. Or as you got over here you got something like that where that's kind of like, that's just kind of, nah, I mean, come on, sort it out. You want to be able to level the ground so it doesn't do things like that, because it makes it incredibly hard to build things that don't look ridiculous. You know, for example, that he's been buried into the side there, sticking out there. What you want to do is be able to level this out so that it will level it out, so it'll put it on a level plane and make it look better. It might add more to the building cost and make it harder to build, but I'd like to see that as a thing. It's bad. Can't stand this bad weather either. It's not affected me as badly in this one because I've coped with a lot better, but previous games it has done. Anyway, what are we on going for? Charge. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it just here because, like I said, I did say it starts with my penultimate episode, but I think we've done all we can do. How long is this bloody bad weather going to be with us for? Where can I see how long this bad weather's going to be with us for? Which isn't kind of effects, bad weather. Does it say? Oh, yeah, it does, but it doesn't say for how long. 50 days. Again, weather for 50 days. It goes on for too long, it really does. Yeah, so again, we're not nearly as I thought it would be a lot bigger when we started. My plan was to lap around here, and I kind of achieved what I tried to improve villages, kind of industrial zone, and the people industrial. We've got a clear, distinct area. We've got an area here. We've got the kind of main settlement is around here. We've got another kind of gathering here, and we're starting to get one kind of forming over here as well. And all the way over here we've got these lonesome mines over there. Yeah, so I hope we can end on good weather, but nobody clearly can, because I'm not waiting 50 days for this ridiculous storm to go away. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this. Let me know what you think, what you'd like to see going, what you'd like to see in future updates. Because I know I've had back at the start of the year when they kind of released their dev schedule, their update schedule, they did release about you're going to start seeing buildings age over time. Therefore, at the moment they all look pristine. So then, maintaining and upgrading buildings are going to be more important. So your village will age. You have to keep it maintained, which is a good feature. One thing I have forgotten about as well. I do not like this. The keep situation. I don't like the fact stone buildings, you can't allocate them as doors. It's just like, what's the point of them? I've got them allocated as treasury, but again, it's kind of, you almost end up with this hodgepodge of, again, it's probably, I'm not doing good for this, but I'd like a better, again, last bit, the castle mod, which we built a proper castle, was great. I'd like, it's just lacks, it just doesn't give you, it just doesn't work for me. You just don't, if you look at the keep now, go into here, it just doesn't work. Keep building, I want walls, I want towers. Again, these are fine, but stone extension, you can only assign a function for treasure. You can't assign it for dorms. Now, I want to be able to build proper castles with walls. I mean, you can use the walls here, but they're not very good. There's walls here, but they're not great. You can't really use the walls here. Money's gone, that's fine. Now, again, money situation, making pots of cash, that'll disappear until we get that. But anyway, I've said a lot. I've not really structured it very well, but yeah, I do enjoy this. I do enjoy it, and I do think it's a lovely game. I have loved this map. I thought this map was fantastic. I have thoroughly enjoyed this map. I think this is probably the best we've done so far in terms of the least amount of problems we've had. We've been touching over finance to some degree at some point, but not for very long. And this is the most problem-free build. I do like the Lord's Man up top of that hill. I still want to achieve it, what I wanted it. I like the fact, I've just noticed the fact you can see you can almost see, this is not planned, but if you look here, you've got the monastery here, and in the distance you can see the two towers of the old Romanesque church over there. Whatever it's called, where has it gone? Decorative buildings, the Romanesque church. Before we do go, actually, I suddenly thought to myself, I want to see what the Bailey's going to come back with. Because the Bailey, I'm going to wait for the Bailey to come out. I want to see what the blueprint is. I don't want to miss anything. I want to see what the blueprint is. So we're going to hold on a little bit. Yeah, so let me know what you think. I do like how it's still not. I've still got the placement exactly how I wanted it. You still ended up with farms in the middle of settlers, but again, mate, that's the way it goes with this type of map. When you're kind of always building outwards. I love the snaking nature of the buildings here as well. Yeah, this is kind of, we've got a lot of dead land over here, but it's nothing to kind of get upset about. Obviously, it's new villagers are still coming in. I still know what to do with them. We're not short of villagers, doesn't matter. We've never really struggled at all with population. No, it's probably been this problem-free build we've had so far. Because we got to this quickly, we did enough to get to opening, get in. I suppose it's a case of input what you need. There we are, Romanesque church built. I suppose it's a case of input what you need, available for Monday. So what we got now? Knowledge is all we've got now. We've got a legacy rustic church. Ooh. How can we build that? Let's stick that there. I don't know why. Wow. This is a bit kind of, I like this. This is a bit kind of nice, isn't it? I'm sorry, I'm just going to distract myself building a legacy rustic church for no apparent reason other than the Gandu. I do like this. That's a core A. Your core extension A. I do like this. This is a bit nice, isn't it? I'm a sucker for these little building extension things. I can't get this one placed exactly how I want it. Okay. Right, okay, so we've got that there. Oh wow, I can afford this. Small tower. Let's make you nice and big. Just make you kind of snappy though. I'll make you bigger, so you line up with your friend there. This is what I want. I do like this. Let's build that, see what that looks like. I think that's fantastic. Oh, I want to see what this looks like. What resource do we need? Oh god, we can do it easily. Let's wait for that to finish. I want to see what this looks like now. It's like another church. Let's see what it looks like. Again, it would be nice to know what blueprints you can get. Again, that's one benefit of going on military missions. The more extremely difficult missions you get, the more chance you've got blueprints you've got. Again, is everybody away? Did we lose anybody? Nope. Look how many missions we've done. And we've lost the first one. I probably didn't send enough people. We've lost 2, 3, 4. What's 4 out of this many? No. Not lost many. So I'm not going to complain about that. So I was going to end this now, but I want to see what this other village looks like. I want to see what this thing looks like. Yeah, you have to build too many churches for me. I want the churches to be able to cater for more people, so you have to build so many, or have a bigger reach, because it just seems ridiculous you have that many churches. And we've got no problems at all. Yeah, so next episode, like I said, I'm going to take Friday off if that's okay, as long as you don't mind, because we'll see how I feel, see how I get on work-wise, and then looking at mods. Let's see how we get on, but there probably won't be anything on Friday, just because I might use that opportunity to do a Tribesman Tries or something like that, or just get out of a day off and release, because it has been pretty full on. I'm not interested in you. Where's an audience? What do you want? These audience things get a bit tiresome. I'm not even looking at it because we don't need it. It's when you play some built hang on, my camera goes, I don't know over here. Over the village. Bad weather needs to do one as well because I've stayed far too long. It seems like I've put it inside of the mountain, but I want it to level out the land you're building on, because otherwise it just looks bonkers. This is wood. It will take a while to build, hopefully, he says. We're not short of anything, that's a matter of fact. We've got plenty of builders on the job. Gonna bring everything here now, and then we'll be done. Yeah, so that's my three big areas. My three big areas that I want churches, but I don't care. My three big areas that I want is make it easier to highlight on them in the visibility mode, where you've got areas of unhappiness where you can target either by village with a red mark, with highlight villages in red like a traffic light system, or highlight the workplace. Just highlight where they want to live and an issue, what issues they've got, so you can actually go, right, I've got these people that work here, there, because what you have to remember is the villages want to work close to where they live. So if you highlight, right, you've got 6 villages in this sheep farm, that you've got a villager in the sheep farm is unhappy, therefore and you tell us why they're unhappy, therefore you know they can't build a house they want to build within this area. There, you've got to find somewhere in this area to build a house, basically. I want it to be a lot easier to track what resources you've got in what warehouses and what granaries via, as I say, via the book with warehouses down here, resources along the top, with what they're allocating and what they've got. So you'd have berries, you'd be able to see, what I've got these berries, I've got these are warehouses, they're allocated berries, they've either got 0 or they've got however many, and if they've got a slot that is not allocated, you've got a con goes empty. So you can immediately go like, gosh, I've got these warehouses, I've got empty slots, so these guys got empty slots, and you can instantly see where all your stuff is. So you can then make it easier for you to actually work out what you got to do to move everything around to keep everything supplied up. Otherwise you end up having to open up every single warehouse, work out where it is, work out where it's gone, then work out what you've got to do. It becomes a chore. The enjoyment gets out of a little bit when you've got to plough through. I like it. It doesn't really fit into the rest. It doesn't really fit into the rest down there, does it? It would be nice if you could opt out to have a different colour as well. Yeah, there is a bit of variety in there, but you could wish they could option for different roofs. It's alright. It's not great. It's not setting my world on fire. Not terrible by any stretch, but at the same time, there are already people using it as well, which is crazy. They've only got 5 more tools to then be done. Again, it's already full of people attending it as well. Crazy. Let's look at the Romanesque one that's everywhere. There's 5 of 45 there, so that's a big one, that is. Yeah, there's too many churches. You have to build too many churches. I think it's just too many for me. But anyway, I'm definitely going to fish it because we've got a lot on our plan to. Anyway, I wish we could end on not bad weather, but the bad weather lasts for like days here. We shall leave a shot looking over the monastery. Arch up a little bit, and you can see in the distance, just out of focus, the 2 towers of the old Romanesque, we're going to call it a historic Roman church, in the background, looking on the new fancy blueprint we've got from our late military victories, looking up to the Lord's Manor, where the mainstay of our economy, the military. I'm going to hit pause just there. I'm going to go, thanks very much for watching our little adventure with the new preview. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope in some cases you've learned something. I've certainly learned a lot on this from some of the comments. It's been great. I've enjoyed it. I've thoroughly enjoyed the comments I get. I've learned a few more things. I hope in the long run you've learned something as well. But I hope you've enjoyed it, because it's a game I love. I think we've got, don't expect it on Friday, because like I said, I know Tuesdays and Fridays are our foundation days, but I might take a break this Friday if that's okay. And in the meantime, we've got mods coming next week, modded everything, modded map, mods. Yeah, you're gonna hear the word mods a lot coming up. But if we were to make it harder for ourselves, because I think we did find it easy, but we certainly didn't struggle with it. It's finished. We certainly struggle with it. If we were to make it harder for ourselves, how would we do it? What could we do to make it a bit harder, make the challenge a bit more difficult? You know, like for example, not import any luxuries or food. Wait till we can produce it ourselves. For example, because I survived by importing honey and herbs and fish in the initials to cope with precious stuff I didn't have. I just had to make it a little hard for us because there isn't a difficulty setting in this game, and kind of I've not stuck with this one at all. But anyway, let me know what you think. And just thanks very much for watching. Thanks for sticking with it. You know, I hope you enjoyed it. And like I say, I shall see you in the next one where we're going to be mods, and more mods, with a few more mods chucked on top of mods. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And as ever, I shall see you in the next one. Thanks very much. Bye.